One of the hallmarks, of course, of a healthy lifestyle is getting a good night's rest. But, you know, for many people, that isn't really an easy task, whether it be due to a busy schedule or maybe you got some family duties or maybe just general discomfort. So this morning we have Dr. Angela Tran joining us this morning with a few more tips to help you get your sleep back on track. Dr. Tran, thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk about sleep today.
Well, I think this is something that could really benefit a lot of people because I think just in general, let's talk about the fact that it really does affect our overall health.
Absolutely. As a medical weight loss expert, you know, sleep is actually one of our top priorities. 1 in 3 Americans actually have trouble sleeping, and that lack of sleep can cause weight issues, put you at risk for diabetes and high blood pressure, and over time can affect your thinking and your mental health.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say, is that even like their focus gets messed up the next day if they didn't get enough sleep.
Yes. So, you know, what happens is that sleep is not just for rest, but it is for restoration. So during sleep, you're balancing a variety of different hormones that control your stress, your mood, your hunger. I mean, you can even burn calories while you sleep.
Yeah.
But if you don't sleep well, your body becomes dysregulated, and that's where you can develop physical problems and even anxiety and depression.
Which, you know, of course, that's what a lot of people are telling us they're experiencing right now with so many different things happening in the world. Let's talk about, before we get to maybe how we can improve our sleep, maybe why you would want to improve your sleep.
Yes.
What are some of the benefits that we have here?
Yeah. So what happens is that you want to rest because it affects, again, your mood. And also, again, we are dealing with appetite, we're dealing with stress eating. Believe it or not, if you don't sleep, you're awake that many more hours and you're hungry. And you can actually sneak in more calories than you're supposed to. And that's why people are gaining weight, developing diabetes, high blood pressure, physical problems, and it really can be devastating down the road.
You know, this is a really interesting problem that I think a lot of people sometimes face, is they're trying to live these healthier lifestyles to avoid things like diabetes and other health problems down the road. And so they say, well, I need to really get to the gym today, but I also really need to take a nap. And then they say, which one is more important? As a doctor, what would you say?
Yes, sleep is a new exercise.
Okay.
So believe it or not, again, if you don't sleep, it actually can hinder you from losing weight. No matter how picture perfect your diet and exercise, sleep's going to slow way down and you're just not going to get any results. So that's why we work with patients to really understand how all 3 of those are put together to get you to your healthy state.
All right, so doctor's orders, take that nap.
Yes.
We're telling you right now, get that in. Let's talk about how we can help people. So somebody who might be struggling or they're saying, what can I just go ahead and do to improve? Maybe they're not even struggling. They just want to try this out to improve their sleep. What would you tell them?
Yeah, you know, my favorite supplement is magnesium. Take 200 milligrams at bedtime. It actually is a natural muscle relaxer, and so it's going to help you de-stress, get you in that relaxed state, easy to take over the counter. You know, my second supplement actually is if you tend to have like mood problems during this time of the year, 5-HTP. That's actually a precursor to the brain hormone serotonin because it actually helps your mood. So you can really just kind of unwind and really understand how to get that sleep. Finally, vitamin C and vitamin E. Now, we're entering the winter, so we need to boost our immune systems, but those 2 powerhouses can actually improve the quality of your sleep.
Okay, perfect. And if somebody comes to you and they say, I'm really struggling with my sleep, what is something that you're looking for in them? What are you diagnosing them to see maybe ways they can improve there?
Yeah, so it's so important because there are actually medical conditions can be disruptive to your sleep. So number 1, we always check your blood sugar because during sleep, blood sugar levels are fluctuating throughout the nighttime. You want to make sure, again, you're not at risk for diabetes. The second thing, especially if you're female, you do want to check your thyroid levels, hormone levels, especially if you're entering menopause. And then finally, number 3, this is really important. Check your complete blood count. That actually tells you how well you transport oxygen. So if you have a condition like anemia, sleep apnea, those need to be treated, and then you can get a full night of sleep if those are really ready to roll.
Dr. Tran, you are always such a big help to all of us here. For anybody who wants to continue this conversation or explore a little bit more on their own, where would you send them for additional help?
Yeah, you know, I'm so happy to talk to patients, and I offer free consultations, so they can go to denverweightlossclinic.com. I offer free consultations. Our programs are completely virtual, but again, we'll knock it out. We'll get your sleep, we'll get your diet and exercise, and we'll help you lose weight.
All right, perfect.